team ban. Dire team ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Captain's Draft 4.0 North American Qualifiers. We are trying to see who is going to get to Washington, D.C. and play in this minor. It's, of course, going to be Immortals versus VGJ.Storm in a best-of-3 series in the upper bracket to determine who moves on to the grand finals. There's a, of course, stake in that best-of-5 series to get through, and we'll see who can make it into that series as we jump into it. Thank you for joining us here on moonducktv. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Mark. Joining me today is the wonderful Aosin. Steven, how you been doing, buddy?
I've been doing great, man. I've been having a lot of fun watching this new patch so far.
Dude, it's crazy. I mean, first of all, the minor itself, Dota Pit was nuts in terms of the picks, and now we have another patch, of course, that just came out, 7.07b. A lot of big changes, obviously, Anti-Mage being the biggest one, but I mean, what are your thoughts so far? What heroes have you really enjoyed watching? Just give me your general thoughts on the patch of 7.07 and 7.07b.
I think one of the coolest things I've seen so far is I was watching, or I was casting a LAN event the other day for
ROG,
Asus,
yep.
The ROG one, yeah. And Optic picked this lineup where it was Ember with the new Rubik. And it was basically like, let's just ignore the Veil build.
Yeah.
And then the Rubik would just turn on the offensive null field and everyone died to
Dude, yeah.
Ember magic damage.
I've noticed that too. The offensive null field is like, it's actually really legit. You'd think, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But I've seen, like, it actually makes Rubik such a high value pick in a lot of these games. And we saw it a lot yesterday too. It's kind of crazy how it works. So, yeah, it's hype, man. And
it is.
And we got some interesting heroes, of course. So it's important to note, Steven, that in this mode, Captain's Draft, the new heroes are available. You know, Captain's mode, obviously, they're taking out Pangolier, Dark Willow. But now, we'll see some of these heroes either banned or picked in some of these games. As you can see already in the first ban for VGJ.Storm, they're taking Pangolier away. They don't want to have to deal with that hero, apparently, which is interesting.
I think it's really understandable, simply because you have to assume, you know, they probably have very little experience in playing against it, and you never know if the other team has a player that's just been like, you know, this hero's a lot of fun, I'm just going to play it all the time just to get a feel for it. You know? So you don't want to run into that issue if it does come up. You might as well get rid of it immediately.
And that's actually something, it's important to know you talked about it, because I think Ice played it for Mineski. And, like, if you have a hero, if you have somebody that can play that hero, all of a sudden it's just a nuisance, and you're absolutely right. Get it away. Make sure you don't play against it. But VGJ.Storm will start things off here with the IO first overall pick. What will Immortals counter now? And how do you feel about the IO pick coming in from VGJ.Storm?
I was definitely suspecting one of the teams would have first picked a Wisp here. I think Wisp is actually very strong after the patch. It hasn't seen too much play, but in my opinion, I think once the patch goes on for a little longer, I think it's going to be up there for sure.
Makes sense. I was surprised too. We saw Dota Pit, not that many teams picking the IO. I don't even know if it got picked. It got picked like once or twice, but like it was surprising. We kept talking about it. We expected it in the draft. Somebody was going to ban or pick the IO, but most of the time they just ignored it. So it's going to be good. There's still a lot to pair with it. There's something like a CK. There's Tiny, although that's kind of a different hero now than it used to be. There's a lot to pair with it.
I don't think you ever want that hero.
No, yeah. It's not the hero that it used to be, unfortunately. And, well, now we have a Gyro for Immortals. I'm into it.
So I actually haven't seen much of this hero. I heard he got picked at Dota Pit. I could be wrong.
He did. I'm pretty sure he did. I can't remember the game, but it was. I don't think I cast it. We also just saw it yesterday, actually. MP played it mid yesterday, and he crushed with it. He was top the net worth. He had a really good start. He was. Who was he up against? Oh, yeah, he was up against CCNC's Invoker, and he just kept homing missile spamming him. They had the Spirit Breaker, so they were always charging mid. And the aggression from the Gyro early on is ridiculous. You have homing missile, you have Rocket Barrage. You could all of a sudden just start running at people. You've got Call Down as well. And MP got very tanky and very difficult to deal with. So we might see MP pick this Gyro in the middle lane again as well for Immortals here. So
yeah, I'm looking at some of the changes for Gyrocopter. You know, even before the patch, if you had a somewhat of a decent matchup, Gyrocopter is actually one of the most annoying heroes to go up against.
Yeah.
1v1. You drop the missile, and then the moment you see that missile, it does so much damage, and you have to make this commitment where you're like, okay, I'm gonna kill the missile, or he's gonna run at me with rocket barrage, and I'm gonna take a ton of damage either way. So
Yeah.
it's actually a very annoying matchup.
Another hero that I was interested in that was picked a lot at Dota Pit was
Darkseer is gonna be on the other side now.
Oh, I muted
Also
myself
very solid
accidentally. Damn it. I accidentally hit. So for some reason, the 6 key on my keyboard mutes my TeamSpeak mic, which is really annoying. But you know what? That's fine. I was just going to say Darkseer picked up, then the Tusk, but I was surprised that Beastmaster is still available. Now, they did nerf him a little bit in 7.07b. He was really strong at Dota Pit. Like, Call of the Wild level 4 is really good, and then you add on top of the fact that Axe is now amplified damage, pretty much any damage, I think, and it's kind of insane. So I really like the hero, even if he was nerfed a little bit here in this last little patch. How do you feel about Beastmaster?
I definitely agree with you about him being up there. I think some of the teams haven't really fully realized his potential, although I could be wrong. I definitely remember him being banned out all the time. It was between Beastmaster and Bane. Both these two heroes, I think, were pretty much banned out in every single game, so I don't even remember seeing him once.
Yeah, they weren't picked too often, but when they were, they did some serious work. Speaking of serious work, though, Brewmaster, another hero along those lines. We saw a lot of that. We saw a lot of Brewmaster in the offlane, especially back in Dota Pit. S4 played it a fair bit. I mean, it just did a lot of work. The split just so annoying to deal with, and Immortals will have that to work with as well now.
So I'm just quickly looking at the Beastmaster changes, and I actually think that he's still fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it's like some small nerfs, but I definitely think he's very strong still.
I agree completely. I mean, it's like what? Wild Axe's mana cost, whatever. Who cares about that? It's kind of it's not that big of a deal usually. And then Boar damage reduced is the big one. It's 10 damage at the max level, so that is a big nerf to the Boar, but that's the only real big change to the Beastmaster. But I don't think it's gonna get picked here. They already have the Brewmaster on the Immortal side. They already have the Darkseer on the VGJ.Storm side. Unless they wanted to do something like a safe lane Beastmaster, which we've seen before, I doubt that's gonna happen. Another hero that wasn't really picked at Dota Pit was Crystal Maiden. She didn't really get touched. I think she had one game played, and that was it. And it was Kuro in the best-of-5 grand finals, and they got destroyed with it, I think, in the first game. I think it was game 1 that he picked it, but we'll see. I mean, CM really, it's kind of weird. She used to be picked all the time, and now with this patch, she just isn't touched at all usually.
You know, the thing is, when I looked at this patch, for some reason, the map felt much bigger to me. And she still has that same issue where she's just so slow.
Yeah.
And I think that's still probably her biggest weakness. But, you know, for a team like Immortals, I think she still does a good job in providing that mono regen.
Yeah, for sure.
For how aggressive a team like Immortals likes to play. So we'll just see how they decide to run it.
Yeah. I agree with you on the map size thing too. She just feels like she can't get around the map, but maybe she'll get some help. They'll build drums in the gyrocopter. Maybe she can get some help in that regard. But Viper coming out for VGJ.Storm and new Viper, and I like it. I like the new Viper. I think he's very strong. I'm surprised. I thought he might have gotten nerfed this 7.07b patch. They didn't change him at all. I mean, do you think this guy is still really strong, or do you think he's worse than his previous iteration from the last patch?
Oh, I think he's very strong right now. This was one of my top heroes for this patch after seeing it in action. It wasn't banned out, but it was picked almost every single game.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why he's so strong is because he still functions like the old Viper, but now he's given utility on top of that. And it's not just any type of utility, right? It's a break, but it also farms. That's like the biggest issue.
Yeah.
Or the biggest thing about it is that he can farm now.
Finally, it feels like he kind of didn't have the best late game because his farm sort of went downhill. We've always talked about Viper and what he can accomplish in the late game. Now it's even better with the Nether Toxin, and they can fall back now on the Luna for VGJ.Storm, which is a hero I haven't seen in a while, but it works really well. Hard farming, really good in terms of the late game. You have the IO to help with it, so I like this team for VGJ.Storm. What do you think about this Luna last pick here, Aosin?
I think this was like their only option remaining, simply because as far as Wisp pairings go, there's like just the Luna as well as the CK, but it's not exactly the best idea to pick a CK into a Gyrocopter, Kunkka, Brewmaster, and CM. Like all of these heroes very good in terms of AoE. Like Gyro actually isn't that bad because it just requires you to jump him, but it's the other heroes that make it a little too difficult. So I think Luna is the safer pick here.
Yeah, it makes sense. Should be able to do some good split pushing. Now the Spectre coming out from Immortals again. This was a similar draft to what they had yesterday in that third game against Optic. They had the QO Spectre, the MP Gyrocopter, and they're going to go for it yet again here. So it worked out well. The Gyrocopter was able to make enough space for QO, and then when QO got his level 6, he had an urn. He started haunting around. They essentially just 5-manned at that point. So we'll see if they're going to do the same thing here. I mean, I don't know. This game feels maybe harder than it was against Optic in terms of getting QO involved and getting MP some kills. So I don't know. We'll see if it's good.
I think both of these teams actually have some great early game fighting heroes. Spectre's like the only one that isn't that great, but where she lacks, I think the Gyrocopter, Brewmaster, Kunkka kind of make up for it.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same on the VGJ side. Darkseer, Viper, Luna, all these heroes, even Tusk, all of these heroes just do very well in the early stages of the game. So we'll just have to see who comes out on top with like how these engagements begin. I think initiation's a big factor in these early game fights.
So you're telling me this is going to be a bloodbath then in terms of early game fighting?
It's always a bloodbath. It's an Immortals game. It's got to be a bloodbath.
That's true. It's just straight run at you. That's pretty much Immortals' stock standard play of Dota. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here. We're about to jump into the game. It is game one. Remember, this is the upper bracket matchup. The loser will go down. They'll play up against the winner of Optic and Complexity, which is a very good losers matchup game. That'll be coming up next. But for now, we have game one of this best-of-3 series. And VGJ.Storm, they have added UR in the past 2 days. I'm not sure if he's standing or if he's replacing Ritsu at this point, but they played very well with him in game 1 and 2 of the series yesterday against Complexity. They need 2 minutes, though. Great. Excellent. I love it.
That's the standard Dota practice. You gotta pause at least a little bit every game.
No, don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that, Steven. Please.
Hey, 2 minutes is better than some other regions. Some other regions are like standard practice is 5 to 10.
Yeah, but he could just say 2 minutes and he could mean 5 to 10. You never know. But
that's true.
I mean, we'll see. We have pause timers and stuff like that, so it should be fine. But all right. I mean, let me just get your opinion. Objectively, how do you feel about, I mean, who do you think is going to win this game is really the question I wanted to ask you, with at least just from the drafting standpoint. Who do you think has won the draft, in the very least?
So if I ignored the team names, all the players, whatnot, I honestly feel a little more comfortable looking at VGJ.Storm's draft.
Yep.
But I think just based on how long Immortals have played together and how well they understand how to play with each other, I think that Immortals are going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Immortals, they're a very solid team. Obviously, they've been around the block. And despite VGJ.Storm looking really good, they've got a lot of work to do in this game, even with their draft. We'll see, though. We'll move into the game for now. And no smokes just yet. A lot of teams just running out. Sometimes we'll see a full 5-man coming in, heading to like the opposite rune spot, like from here to here. And that might be the case for VGJ.Storm. They're going to run together. Level 1 fighting with Iron Shell is kind of dangerous, so Immortals might just want to not run into them. And in fact, it looks like they're just going to go bottom. We might just see that typical thing where they just trade bounty runes like top and bottom. So, we'll see. We shall see.
I think almost every single game I've watched, at least one team will decide to 5-man smoke and go for a play like this. I think Febby might be the first person
He's going to see this.
Who's been caught.
He might see this. It's going to break now, and they're going to see him uphill, and Febby is in trouble. Going to get run at. They should have ice shards here. Febby's going to dance his way through. There it is. Ice shards. That's beautiful. Febby's just dead. He has to torn. He's going to hit like all of them, but he's still dead anyway. And they're going to give it to UR. Nice. He gets the last hit, and they're going to get both bounty runes. So first blood going the way of VGJ.Storm. That's a good start. I mean, that helps out UR a lot, getting that first blood.
I'm kind of surprised that Febby stood in that location, especially because he has a ward on that hill. So usually people stand on the left side so that you can see down the hill and they can't react in time, or you'll catch them, with the ward, and then you see everything.
Oh my God, he actually torrented the TP. Oh man, the Viper is so sad right now. That's unbelievable. Febby with the torrent coming in. Oh, he's going to miss his block. He's going to miss a lot of this creep wave. Actually, he should be able to get there in time for the creep wave. But look at the block. It's now right here in favor of... Is this actually March? I thought this might have been Forever. I believe this is actually March. by the way. I'm not sure.
I'm actually not sure either. Maybe I'll just ask someone.
Yeah, ask somebody after this game. The avatar looked like Forev's avatar, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll keep our eyes peeled on mid. Snake King going up against QO top lane. He's got the Spectral Dagger, so it is going to be dual lanes for UR and then dual lanes for QO. So this is some interesting laning right now. And now it's an aggressive tri lane, in fact, and Snake King's getting blocked by Febby. Beautifully done. Iron Shell, he will avoid the torrent. Ice Shard's coming in, and Snake King will survive. Throw up another Iron Shell in the meantime and salves himself up. So Flea will get to him out. And so far, so good in terms of this matchup top. But Dubu's going to rotate out elsewhere.
It's a quad lane now. Oh,
yeah,
no,
there was 4 heroes there. What the hell is going on? Well, all right. Well, all right. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that the Brewmaster in the mid lane has 7 last hits and 4 denies against a Viper, which is very impressive. Obviously, Drunken Haze helps with it. Still, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, that just goes to show how important the block is.
Yeah, true. That's actually the issue. You're right.
So it looks like they want to have a 1v1 matchup where the Gyrocopter is up against the Darkseer. But, bottom lane.
Stand King getting chased down. They have no torrent. They do have X marks. But they should be fine. Yeah, Fibby's not going to chase. This Lucent Beam comes out. I think it's only level 1. It doesn't do that much damage. Frostbite came in as Snake King was trying to chase one of these heroes down, but I don't think he can really do anything. Yawar is going to TP himself away in the meantime. Did they X marks him? No, that was on to Snake King. I thought they X'd him as he was TPing away. That would have been hilarious. Well, we got some musical lanes, Aosin, let me tell you.
That definitely favors VGJ.Storm. They have exactly what they're looking for right now. I think, like, if they can make something happen in this top lane, the MP is just screwed. He's going to have nowhere to go.
Yeah, that is... he doesn't really want to be here, I'm sure. He'll throw up the homing missiles from time to time. But the good news for Immortals is the mid lane, again, is just going really well. And March, or whoever this is, potentially March would be fine. Meanwhile, MP getting chased down top lane. Lucent Beam is available. MP still getting run at by Flea. They have a snowball.
Oh, top lane.
And they're going to have Stanky rotating in as well. The IO missed the tether slow, but here comes the snowball. And they're going to bring everybody, and MP is going to get caught and killed here. Lucent Beam will do the job, and you are picking up another kill. And now it's 2-0, and MP dies up in that top lane.
Yeah, and this is where the issues begin to show up for Immortals. You just don't have a place for MP to go, but at the same time, you don't want this Spectre to go up against this Darkseer, and because you lost the musical lanes,
dude,
VGJ are just gonna always have the lanes they want.
Yeah, and that will favor them, and it's pretty good so far. I mean, this Darkseer should still be able to get some farm. I think he had to head back home. He doesn't have much mana left. Meanwhile, mid lane, Viper in trouble. The crit comes out. No clap available. He has stick charges, though. Should be enough with it. He's diving. Ryoya throws up the break. Here comes the snowball, and he might live. 747. Oh, he dove too deep. The Brewmaster. Oh, what a bait coming in from Ryoya. Beautifully done on that Viper, and that will help him get right back into this mid lane matchup.
So I think what just happened there was a misplay on the Brew. I think he actually had that kill there, but what happened is he hit level 5 as he was chasing him, and he decided to level up his clap. And then when he used his wand, he didn't have enough for it anymore.
That makes so much sense. Meanwhile, Snake King will find Febby. He was looking for the rune. I missed that one, but elsewhere, Stan King's the one getting chased down. Gonna go for TP. Io, the rocket barrage. Oh, he was so close to making it out. The ward came through. That is huge to have that vision, so they'll take a kill there. But that's insane to think about. The clap at level 3 just was too much mana away. That's insane.
It's 25 extra mana. He had enough for it, but
yeah, he had one. I know he had 105 when he sticked up, and then I was like, wait, why doesn't he have enough mana? But Kyo bottom lane, they have snowball. They don't want to do it under tower. Never mind. All right. Well, now a DD up for Ryoya with the Wraith Band available. But the Drunken Haze is going to make this a bit miserable. You just spam it. Although Nether Toxin's doing a pretty good job. Now there's 3 heroes bottom. I believe Warden might have spotted it. Now the split mid. Ryoya in trouble this time. I don't think he's going to make it out. The Earth Panda throwing the boulder toss. Ryoya trying to fairy fire, but he's not going to get any help. Nether Toxin comes in, He even sticked up, but he will get dropped. That's a huge kill. But bottom lane, they found Febby. Snowball comes out. Snaking looking to fight this. MP's rotated in. He'll use his rocket barrage. Snaking Iron shelling up. That's a lot of damage. Now the Tether coming in. They're chasing after Dubu, who would be a nice kill. He's so slow. He doesn't have boots. Poor Dubu. Can they get MP? They're diving into the tower. They have no Snowball. Flea has to stop taking the tower hits, and now Snaking has to run. They have no more damage. They're too low in HP, but they will still find 2 kills on VGJ.Storm's side.
All right. VGJ making a laning phase work. A lot of this is going to come down to how well the Brewmaster can carry them after the laning phase, because right now it's not looking great for them.
Yeah, that's the only thing going well right now for Immortals at this point. They have okay farmer in their Spectre. It could be better. And in the meantime, the Luna hasn't been involved in any of these kills, and UR is just free farming top lane. 31 last hits, 11 denies. But we'll see. We do have a smoke coming in mid. It's Febby. The clap's going to come out. They don't have split. The torrent will hit. He's pretty tanky, but is he tanky enough to survive this? He'll drop the Nether Toxin. He's got stick charges. The IO overcharge coming in might be enough. He's actually regenning so much, and March is just going to go down the clap. They still will get the trade. It's a 1-for-1. Ice Shards will come in. Flea misses. He was looking a different direction. That was very close. He almost survived there, but too much damage coming in from that Brewmaster.
Well, definitely going to be happy about that one, though. You know, it was originally going to be a kill for nothing, but that great play from Stan King coming in, buying him enough time to at least get a return kill, kind of continuing this momentum in their laning phase.
Yeah, that was a great rotation. The IO overcharge coming in and just making sure they could keep him alive. And again, Yawar just continues to farm top lane. Darkseer, that's the one issue. He's a little behind. He's level 4 right now. He only has 16 last hits. He could be doing better, I feel like, but he might get ganked bottom, actually. Homing Missile's going to come out. Dubu's going to look for a Frostbite. As he searches himself away, the stun's going to hit. Rocket Barrage comes out, and he is in a lot of trouble. And he's just dropped. He didn't even use his wand charges. He doesn't need to. So very good gank there coming in from Immortals, making sure they take down this Darkseer and stop him from progressing any further.
This is one of the funniest things about Immortals. It's like there's no real clear 1, 2, 3 on this team, I feel.
Yes.
Like, MP is supposed to be the one, but he's playing like an offlane gyrocopter. That's what it feels like right now. He's just running around getting things done for his team, where Kyo is the true one in this game.
Snaking needs to leave. There's like 3 heroes mid right now. That's actually such a good way of putting it, though. I never really considered it in that way. The split's going to come out, Snaking, Boulder Toss. They're going to dive behind the tower. The Dispel Magic's going to go.
Oh, right into MP.
Yeah, MP just runs straight in mid, and now they're going to lose 2 heroes here. The Dispel comes out again as the Cyclone ends, and they will get to maybe Flea. They have the Snowball. Stan King, I believe, has just rotated in with a TP. IO overcharge, a lot of damage being done. Great Ice Shards. Beautifully done. Can they find anything else? This TP, though, it's too long from the UR Luna because it was the second TP, I believe, involved in that battle. Now, Invis Rune's going to be taken by Flea. Can he chase after anybody? He has Snowball, I believe. Lucid Beam comes out, and Febby's in a lot of trouble. No Ghost Ship. Torrent might save him now. No way. Now the Haunt coming in. Here we go. They're going to reality and look for Stan King on the other side. Snowball safe coming out. March. Eclipse coming in. They need more damage. You are the Rocket Brush. They want March the overcharge. They miss once, but he will still get the kill. Viper Strike other way on the other side of the fight. QO, he's in trouble. A lot of damage. The Nether Toxin. They can't quite get up the hill, though. And again, the Torrent saves his life. QO should have died. You are looking for that huge Lucid Beam. Can't fight it, but instead going to turn on Febby. The call down will go. They won't chase under the tower any further. A lot of damage being done to Ryoya as the slow from the call down hits, but now a Torrent under UR. They need to be careful here. They should be fine. Man, that was almost so amazing for VGJ.Storm. They almost got QO there, but just not quite enough damage. And of course, the high ground, they didn't have any vision, I believe, on the other side.
I know, at the end of the day, I think both sides are probably okay with this. A lot was committed. Han was committed. Eclipse was committed. And at the end of the day, VGJ, they get 2 kills, so they're probably a little happier about that. But both sides are going to be back into a little more passive mode. Yeah. I think Immortals a little less passive simply because they have a gyrocopter. Cooldown's already back off cooldown. So
yeah, they can just start running. And they also have the Urn now on the Spectre, so that'll help when he's able to haunt it in another 100 seconds. Gyro, last game went phase Aquila Drum. He might do the same here, I would imagine. I mean, what do you think? I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, for how he's playing, I think that build is really good. You just run around very quickly. Make your teammates run around really quickly and just keep
Oh, relocate bottom.
Every lane.
Snaking. He's out of mana, but he's going to chase after Dubu, who is, I believe, dead. And now they're looking for more. Good call down coming in that might hit onto Sand King. Tether is up in 2. Still taking a lot of damage. Here's the snowball. Sand King going to get dropped. Not yet. 8 HP. He's got stick charges. Relocates away. They couldn't get the kill. Finally, they'll find it, but it's going to be a trade. A 2-for-1. Next is going to be Febby. The damage. Ryoya's got a DD rune, but Febby is somehow still alive. The torrents are hitting every time. That should have been another kill onto Febby, and somehow it is not. That's unbelievable. Snaking will chase after Febby here, but I don't know. Is it going to be enough? He needs one more judo chop. The frostbite from Dubu, who TP'd into the mid lane. Unbelievable. They should have had Febby. Ryoya turned back thinking he had the kill, walked away, but instead he misses out on it and when he should have chased.
You know, despite all of these trades, though, the game is still very, very even. This is going to be the first tower of the game, so this is where VGJ kind of begin to pull away a little bit.
And they need to, because Snaking was, by the way, below the IO like a minute ago. He was sitting at like 2,000 net worth. And then he gets involved in that fight. They take a tower, and now he's tied with MP, which is really good. And they need Snaking to have farm. He's trying to build pipe. They need that utility item, so that's the only real problem for VGJ.Storm is that they have some underfarmed cores in terms of the Viper and the Darkseer. But Luna has got Mask Madness, and now they're really farmed.
Uh-oh, mid lane.
Yeah, they're looking
in a lot of trouble.
Ooh, good ward, too. They might dive this Febby. Flea's going to see him. Ice Shard's coming in. Flea might actually be in trouble. Warrior's Punch coming out. Snowball, but the homing missile is going to come in. He will avoid it. Call down coming out as well. IO Tether. Jump in from March. The split. Great. Now the QO. They've got the Haunt as well. So far it's 1. It's going to be 2 down. Both supports dropped. You are solo. Earn. He's going to go for the TP. I don't think he's making it out of this. The boulder toss. The torrent hits as well. 3 dead. What was that dive from VGJ.Storm? Underneath the tier 2 tower, they spot out 2 heroes and they get jumped on immediately by March on the Brewmaster, who absolutely blows them away.
I think the moment they broke Immortals smoke, they needed to get out. That was like a really good position to be in if you were going for a quick kill into a tower transition. But the problem with that was both the supports are just so far ahead, the cores just can't reach you. And because of that, they're all dragged into a terrible spot, and the brew split comes out at the perfect location, just destroying that fight.
Absolutely. I mean, you're absolutely right. As soon as they see that smoke break, they should have probably gotten out of dodge. But for now, the good news, at least for VGJ.Storm, is that, well, they could try to take this tower. There's no brew split. There's no haunt. They're going to try to put pressure on mid. They will still lose that tier 1 tower top lane as Kyo takes it down. And all of a sudden, things are starting to roll here for Immortals just with that fight going their way.
And the thing is, this still might not be a free tower. Does MP have a TP?
Well, they're going to try to find something. They're going to get the kill. Dubu is going to get dropped as the wall comes out. Clap. Nether Toxin, body block, Viper Strike, no split. March is dead. Great kill there. And they're going to get the tier 1 tower. That's what they wanted to do last time, I think, Aosin. And this time they accomplish it.
I'm really surprised that that just happened, too. I felt like Immortals were, you know, trying to set up a trap or something like that, because we do have a gyrocopter who can make that happen. But, I mean, they're just happy to farm.
Yeah. IQO is just, he's like, you know what? You guys died. That's fine. I got 2,000 gold. I'm getting towards my Radiance. Just give me like another 10 minutes and we'll be fine. So we'll see if they can't get to that point. Febby's also just farming bottom. He's now level 6. He has Ghost Ship. And they're going to try to take the tier 2 mid here for VGJ.Storm. But again, Haunt's back up in 50. Split's back up in 13. This would be great if they could get this tier 2 tower, though, for the Dire team.
Yeah, I think it looks like they're not going to defend it, though. I mean, there's still no brew split. It does come off right now, but unfortunately, when the tower's already gone, there's not much reason to pursue.
Yeah, agreed. Just unfortunate timing for the Brewmaster. And this is where we've seen Brewmaster struggles. They have this great early start, and then all of a sudden they start slowing down. They don't build Midas or anything like that. That's usually what happens, at least for an off-lane Brew. I'm not sure if it's the same for a mid-lane Brew in this game.
I think for how the game is going for him right now, he just buys a bunch of utility, and he's been doing very well right now anyways. He's going to be smoking up into the enemy jungle.
Yeah, this is aggressive.
In 5 seconds.
Ryoya is backing up. I don't know if they saw this. They seem to know something is up. Did they smoke in this ward back here or something? Like over here? I'm curious.
I actually wasn't sure where they smoked. But they do know something is up. So.
Yeah, and this is just going to lead into Immortals pushing a top tier 2. And I think VGJ are going to try to set this up. But again, you're fighting into Haunt. You're fighting into Split. This is a bit dangerous for VGJ. Snaking doesn't have his pipe yet. They'll smoke up anyway. They're going to try to make something happen. March is sitting on the sidelines, looking to jump in. And look at this positioning from Aurelia. Here we go. They're going to jump on him. They've got the Haunt. They need to go for the Split. That's a great clap coming in. They've got the call down. The ghost ship. Everybody is dying from VGJ.Storm. It'll be a 1-for-2 trade for now. UR will get dropped. Freezing Field comes out on top for Dubu. All 5 are about to fall. Stan King's dropped down. Next is going to be snaking. He's on the run. I don't think they can find the 5th kill. But my God, were they ready for that, my friend. Holy shit.
That was quite the bait.
Are they actually going to find him? Oh, no, he's fine. Okay, good. Sorry.
Wait.
What are you doing, snaking?
It's not over. He's trying to bait.
He's baiting hard, yeah. All right, it's working. Oh, he missed the vacuum, though.
Yeah, it worked.
Nice, easy bait.
Played by snaking.
Yeah. And they might even keep this tier 2 tower alive. QO, relocate.
Gets caught.
They have the Nether Toxin. Spectral Dagger into the tree lines. He's going to make it out, I think. They'll get Dubu. They have any way to stop this TP? Oh, they almost got Feb even without it. So they get 2 kills. But again, though, AOSN, I mean, that's a fantastic fight for Immortals there.
Yeah, and it's back to, you know, let's wait for cooldowns again. But they played that out so well. And this is why that gyro build is so effective. You know, the Aquila drums. He just has so much stats right now. As well as the level 10 talent for 200 health. He's very tanky. And is able to live long enough for himself to get off the call down and for the rest of the team to just follow up. Because, I mean, that was a ton of AoE damage right there.
Yeah, for sure. It really was. And honestly, it was just an impressive play by Immortals. I love the fact that they smoked up. They had great vision. So as soon as they saw the gyro getting jumped on, they're like, okay, they're all here. And they immediately jump in, and that was a great brood clap. I think it hit onto 4, and then he had the split to follow it up. And at that point, essentially the fight's over. You can't really take any more damage for VGJ.Storm. You kind of just have to back up. Maybe that's where Mech would have come in handy there if they went for it on the Darkster. But instead, he's going pipe first. Something to keep in mind.
I think pipe is the right choice here. There's just so much magic damage coming out of their team. Uh-oh.
Vacuum back in. Break comes in. Ghost ship also coming out. Call down should hit. Now it's going to be Freezing Field. A lot of damage being done. Lucid Beam. Still, Dubu's got to run at this point. MP's pretty far up. UR pops the Mask of Madness. It's a double kill for Ryoya. Now they're looking for more X marks onto Ryoya himself. But at this point, they're all healing up so much. The overcharge is there. This is what they were looking for. They also have the pipe now up. The aura is ready. The active is also. And suddenly, they'll get 2 kills. They have to TP, though. QO is dealing with bottom at this point. Snaking, rotating in. He wants to make sure this tier 1 tower stays alive. But they will get the tier 2 in the top lane. And that's what they need to do there, AOSN, is you fight around the cooldowns. You make sure you take an engagement. You know you're strong. And go from there.
That was very risky, though. That was almost a disastrous fight for them because the Brewmaster split came up right as he was about to use it, or right before he died. And he almost got it off. It was just a split second. If he survived for about half a second longer, I think that fight would have been very different.
Yeah, I agree completely. I mean, that's you're walking a tightrope there. You know, Immortals, they almost turned that fight around. I got to say, Stan King has done a great job this game with his tethers, especially on UR. He needs to keep him alive.
So. I think the nice thing that VGJ have right now is that the fact that their supports are actually able to pick up items as well. I mean, you look at the net worth of the Wisp as well as the Tusk. Both of these players have at least like 4K net worth, right? Which is double the CM and 1,000 over the Kunkka. So they're able to do a lot more in these engagements.
They're going to smoke up as 3, it looks like. But Dubu dropping a ward down. Pristonova will come out, not into Roche. They're going to move up towards the top lane instead, not moving into the Roche pit yet. They have relocate, so as soon as a fight breaks out, you know that the relocate's going to come in. But again, all 5 together. We've seen this from Immortals before. You sit together as 5. The only person that might not sit together is going to be QO, who's moving top. Oh, he might farm this. Flea is still waiting. This is trouble. He's about to walk up. No, QO is just sitting behind this creep wave. He's not actually going to walk up. He's waiting for his team.
No, they know because he sees these ion shells being dropped out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're up onto something. They know they're up to something right now.
And they see the Luna down bottom. You got to assume that the Io is with him. They're going to try to make something. They're moving up together here for Immortals. They're playing kind of passively, but they're starting to move up further into this lane.
They're just waiting for the Radiance. And they have it now. They're not afraid of anything now. This is Immortals go time.
Yeah. And if everything goes the way that it has been going for Immortals in terms of these team fights, I imagine they clean up a fight here. I mean, it might be harder because the Luna now has more farm. She's about to have BKB for Yawar, but I don't know. I think this is a pretty good moment here for Immortals. You're right. I would not be surprised to see them make a fight happen here in the next few moments. You can see them drawing lines. Push mid, then push bottom. We'll go. That's what they're going to try to do here. Or they're going to smoke mid or smoke bottom. One of the two. That's what those lines were. They're smoking mid first. So I think actually what the line was, QO, you farm bottom, we'll push and find a fight mid with our smoke. All right, I figured it out, dude. It only took me a little bit. Ward dropped down. Yawar might get jumped on here. The smoke has been broken. They're going to surge themselves away. Dust comes out too little too late. Doesn't hit on anybody. March finding Ryoya. He actually walks up into the middle of all of them. Glimmer Cape comes in. They've got the relocate, and they're going to maybe have to use it here. He's actually alive. The overcharge. Finally, Stand King is done, but it's too much damage from Immortals. Ryoya trying to take this fight. It's impossible. They might find Q open. No, it's too tanky at this point. A double kill for him. The damage is severe, and Snakey is going to be next. 3 down. Beautiful fight. And they're going to find Flea. The snowball comes in too little too late. No Walrus Punch. Glimmer Cape comes out. They drop both a Sentry and Dust. It's a double kill for MP. And fighting into all 5 of those heroes, if you're VGJ.Storm, just feels like an impossibility, and they might find more. Yuar's going to get X marks. He doesn't have his BKB. He'll buy it out now. Going to get torrented. Do they have Ghost Ship? He avoids it. Now he goes for the TP. X marks is back up in 1 second. Doesn't get it off in time. Febby had it. Just couldn't quite get it though. Couldn't quite get it off.
And that's just the power of that Radiance. It's just so hard to fight into. Just look at this Immortals team fight. It's a Gyro. It's a Brew Split. It's a Kunkka Boat. And it's a Haunt with a Radiance. This is a little too much for VGJ.Storm to deal with right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of the damage comes from Eclipse. And it's kind of just negated by the fact that, you know, a Haunt goes off. So
I don't even know if Yawar was there. I think he like backed up in the middle of that fight. He's like, nope, not dealing with that. But they might find Febby somewhere else. He is trying to juke. This is like the clowniest thing I've ever seen. He gets off a torrent, but he will fall to Ryoya. And that was another issue, by the way. Viper just doesn't do anything in these fights. He's not farmed. They're going to relocate mid, though. They're going to try to find a snowball Q. This could be a huge kill. He's in trouble. They've got the vacuum back in. He won't be able to survive. Dubu, he's going to go for the TP, and they won't have any way to stop it. They already used their Lucent Beam. Vacuum was also on cooldown. No snowball to follow it up. So they could have gotten 3 there, but still, this is going to turn into Roche. All of a sudden, VGJ.Storm, they fight again around these cooldowns, and it might be enough to get them back into this game.
Yeah, this is really well played by them because, you know, while I was talking up a storm about how strong the team fight is, that team fight is only possible with cooldowns. And since they do realize there is no cooldowns to be afraid of right now, this is where they kind of go out and make their move.
You were talking up a storm, eh? Aha. See what you did there? Was that on purpose? That was pretty good.
No, not at all. I was talking about Immortals team fight, so
yeah,
not quite on the same page.
Listen, dude, you got to take credit for it, man. Come on.
I'm not that kind of guy, dude. I'm the honest guy, so I won't own up to it.
Oh, you're such a kind lad, Aosin. Meanwhile, Febby getting chased down. Ice Shards coming out. March looking to jump in. Clap hits onto 1. Lucent Beam to follow up. He still has his split ready, but he won't be able to get it off in time. He's going to back himself away. And, well, all of a sudden, you've got BKB, Aegis on Luna, now building into a Butterfly. They just picked up Mech for this Darkseer, so now you have some more tank ability. And you gotta, I mean, what can you do with this Aegis, though, again? Because all of these cooldowns are up. Do you take a fight? Do you take it to them? Do you split push? What are your choices here for VGJ.Storm right now?
So, let me see. Right now, their biggest threat is probably this Brewmaster. I feel like if they can find a way to initiate on the Brewmaster, that might be a better way for them to take the fight, but just look at his stats. He's got 1800 life, he's got the 20 magic resistance. It's just so difficult. Maybe if they are able to bait out a bunch of cooldowns for just an Aegis, it might be a fight you can take, but for now, I think you just kind of sit back and wait for your window of opportunity within the 5-minute timer of your Aegis.
Yeah, I agree. It's just so dangerous right now. You could see it. They're getting baited, kind of. March, actually, he's on the high ground. Drunken Haze will go. Clap onto 2. He's got split. Needs to be careful. He's actually alone. They missed the Ice Shards. He's got split. Vacuum back in. Haunt will go. They need more damage. He gets it off. Just narrowly. The call down coming. Now Febby in trouble, though. A lot of damage being dealt. Yuara's popped the BKB. Going to work. Not enough damage yet. The Viper Strike. Ryoya will fall first. They're still chasing after MP. They just don't have the damage right now. Now the X marks. You are still as Aegis at this point. Here comes the Ghost Ship, the Torrent to follow up. Rocket Barrage. That'll be the Aegis down. They want Febby. Flea might find him here. He's got Snowball getting juked. Febby is just owning. Ice Shard should hit, and it will. And now Febby might be in trouble. Snowball will hit Lucid Beam to follow up. A 2-for-2 trade for now. Snakey chased down, I believe, another. QO was the one that got the kill on Staking elsewhere. And they're going to find the Tier 1 tower. And, you know, they lost the Viper.
Oh, bottom lane.
Are they going to find more?
Well.
He is getting chased down. Oh, he's trying to juke. This time it's not going to work. Walrus Punch, Lucent Beam. That's where things get better. Way better for VGJ.Storm. Finding that gyrocopter, keeping you alive. That's really good.
Well, at the end of that, it is
3 for 2.
Sort of. It's like sort of like a 3 for 3. They got rid of the Aegis.
Oh, right. True.
But I think VGJ clearly understand, you know, this Brewmaster is a big problem, and that was almost the dream initiation. They almost managed to kill off the Brewmaster before he was able to get off his ultimate, but unfortunately for them, he does end up getting the split off. But I mean, at the end of the day, they still managed a good trade for themselves. So
right.
I mean, now they have another window of opportunity to make moves.
Yeah, they have the BKB up again on Luna. He's working on his Butterfly, but the biggest thing is that, like you said, there's this opportunity where they can fight. Haunt is down for 55 seconds, Split only down for 30. If they wanted to make something happen, it would have to be pretty soon. Maybe they rotate in now. You could see Staking is Invis looking for Febby, who dropped a ward in the meantime. So they're all running over this ward, by the way, that was placed towards the shrine, the Dire Shrine, rather, for VGJ.Storm. So they have an understanding, and I think if you're Immortals, you just dodge until your abilities are back up, which are very soon. I mean, splits it back up now, 30 seconds on Haunt, and that's exactly what Immortals are going to do. They're going to smoke into this enemy team of VGJ, and they don't have Ryoya and Stan King, but they should have Relocate here in a moment. Sentry dropped, another smoke being used. That's going to be VGJ. This is about to be a 3 versus 5 fight. They almost run into Febby. Somehow they avoid each other. Now they're going to move mid. This is crazy. They're literally right across the way from each other. Did that ward? No, it didn't. Okay, I was going to say. There was a ward that almost scouted out the fact that the courier came in and delivered something, but they're going to move towards top. They want to try to find QO. He's Spectral Daggered. Will he leave? Yes. He knows something's up. Still might get jumped on. There's a ward there. I think they smoked again. They're really trying to be so careful. Snowball coming in. Here's the Relocate. The Haunt coming out. They need to get this kill. He relocates top lane. QO actually haunted out in time. That's unbelievable. I think it was literally as the Relocate came in. And Stan King will move back up to top. And all of a sudden, the Haunt is down, something to consider. They're going to try to turn on March here. Snowball's going to go in. They have the Lucid Beam, the Eclipse. Can he get it off? He can. The Ghost Ship following up along with the Split. The IO coming in with the Tether. They need more help. The HP slowly draining from Snaking at this point on Ryoya. Now MP coming in. They've dropped Tubu. MP's going to get chased down. He's going to get dropped, it looks like. He is very tanky. Flea is manning up here. They're looking to turn elsewhere. Now QO's in the fray, and UR is doing so much damage. Ryoya is snowballed up. A double kill. Now they're going to find 4. Almost finding 5. MP, the sole survivor at this point, and he doesn't get a single kill. Somehow they're able. Oh, the vacuum Snaking almost had it, but somehow they're VGJ.Storm. That is the perfect initiation there, Aosin.
I mean, I think that a big thing about this this engagement is the fact that that was a hauntless fight. I'm very surprised that Immortals decided. Actually, I guess I'm not that surprised. They're still very strong without the haunt, but I mean, that's a large portion of their team fight, and VGJ.Storm, they just kind of grouped up and tanked through everything. You know, you have a Wisp to heal up people, and then you have BKB as well as Viper, who's,
this is really bad, actually. They had to buy back on QO. Ryoya, Viper Strike coming out. He's got the break. No Haunt. QO needs to be careful. Vacuum coming in. Dubu's down first. Next, it might be Febby. He gets the Ghost Ship off in time, which might save QO, and it looks like it will. They will have to back up, though, for now. Staking going to search himself away as the homing missile comes in. They've got Brewmaster back in. Still no split for about 30 seconds. But that'll do it for now, it looks like. VGJ.Storm, they force out the QO buyback, I believe. And, yeah, that's really good, actually. It looked bad there. They dove with Flea, but they needed that kill. And now, all of a sudden, they're going to take a lot of these towers. Or rather, this last tower.
I feel like VGJ has finally hit this point where they have the items they need to just stand in these team fights and just go ham. Yeah. I mean, look at what War. He's got Butterfly, he's got Black King Bar, and he's got a Wisp to keep him alive. And then you have the Viper, who's very high in magic resistance to begin with. 2 Glimmer Capes, you know, a Pipe, a Mech. I mean, they have the tools that they need.
It is so hectic in these fights, though. That is the good news for Immortals, that if they can get off the good initiation, it'd be great, but... Scepter bonus.
Go. Yeah,
wow.
This is it.
Allows Luna to cast Eclipse on an allied unit herself. Oh my god. That's so silly. That's actually ridiculous. Who else could you tether to get a Scepter?
I think Luna's the only one.
Luna's the only one, yeah. That's Walrus Kit, perhaps. Great ability, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't think that's something they care about.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. Walrus Kit actually is not going to be that great, but we have another quick pause coming in. Things are going all right here for VGJ.Storm. They have an AK lead. G was called, I guess. Yeah, okay, good. I was just making sure. So that's good. Something to do with the dog, I believe, from Flea. But all right, you got all your abilities back up if you're Immortals. They are going to get run at here. There's a ward that's going to spot this movement, though. UR and Sand King, they will be spotted. Roche is going to be back up in at least 24 seconds. So we'll see.
I'm so excited for this. I just want to see the crazy Eclipse. These team fights are going to be a fireworks show.
Yeah, for sure.
Call down, a boat, Han.
Dude, I honestly don't know how... I've already struggled to see all these abilities go off in these fights because there's so much shit happening. Now it's going to be even harder with Eclipse on top of it. I don't even know.
There's so many big abilities.
Ooh, QO went Spirit Vessel. I think that's pretty good because of the healing, right? It must be.
It's a really good item here, simply because it helps them burst down whoever the Wisp is going to tether, or alternatively just like, you know, help them focus on the Wisp, just reduce that healing amount coming out.
Yeah, I really like the item choice. And also he had the urn, so it's really easy to build into. But Reeves now done for snaking. And Roche, it's going to be 46 seconds, very short cooldown. In the meantime, March and Dubu and Febby, they're about to spot some of these heroes. UR will TP home. Sand King will do the same in 3 seconds. Top lane's getting pushed in, so Immortals have to back up. They have to have somebody defend this. Or at least they should.
Well, we finally reached that point where Gyrocopter has to step up as the second core now. I think one of the big issues they have right now in terms of these team fights is that magic damage is fully covered. They have so much magic damage right now, but they don't have enough right-click damage, which is what they need to deal with this Luna right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you're absolutely right. They have to kite this Luna, essentially, when she has her BKB up. And it's really hard to do so, because you have Tether, and then you have, like, your Mask of Madness. Like, she not only attacks extraordinarily fast, she moves really fast, too. Which is really scary. She's going to have Scotty soon as well. Once you get Scotty, then it's really bad, because then you're just getting slowed to oblivion. Anyway. Jeez,
both sides are just really patient right now. What are they waiting for?
Roche just respawn. I don't think they know now once the Frozen Sigil comes in, they're going to ping it. They do. And the question is, can they get there? They do so much damage with UR, they could do this probably pretty quickly. I don't know if they have any armor reduction, though, which is the issue. Please going to drop another sentry. They get the high ground ward that they finally needed to get. That was the biggest ward, stopping them from getting in the Roche pit. And I don't know. I almost think VGJ.Storm could just go into the pit and probably do it now, but they probably want to pick off instead. And here we go. Immortals moving together as a team. They'll drop down that sentry. There's a ward that's going to spot them out perfectly in terms of where VGJ.Storm are. And March is leading the way. BKB Blink ready to go. They might get jumped on. Flea. Clap's going to come out. He's got Snowball. He will use it. Viper Strike coming in. He pops the BKB. They're just trying to bait out the split at this point. He's taking a lot of damage. Call down comes in. There's the split. Now they're going to back up for now. Snaking. Cyclone coming out. They really want Snaking. He's in trouble. Good IO Tether coming in. They need more mech. They'll finally have it. The freezing field. A lot of damage being dealt. The Eclipse coming out. They need a kill. So far, Snaking's the only one that's trapped. MP has a double. They're doing a lot of damage. The Brewmaster gets blown away by UR immediately, and MP also getting run at. On the other side, Flea's getting chased down by QO, who's now getting taken damage from Ryoya. Febby will pick up that huge gem, but MP's going to get dropped. UR gets a double. Viper Strike. Dubu is going to fall next, and Immortals are getting turned on. VGJ.Storm, they turn it around in that fight. 2 for 3 trade, and even with their best initiation, they still can't do nearly enough to deal with this Luna at this point of the game.
Yeah, these cores on VGJ are just a little too much for them to handle. Oh, I like this item pickup from Viper too. Picks up the Veil of Discord.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's. I was talking to somebody, and somebody was saying it's like it's starting to become like a core item, and I think it was like Lacoste or something. He's really hyped up for that particular item on Viper.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense, right? Because Nether Toxin is now magic damage, and it's a pretty strong nuke. It's only on a 5-second cooldown as well, and
yeah, it's really
to
good.
some extent, you know, your Viper Strike is also magic damage, and the rest of your team provides a ton of magic damage as well. So it's a pretty solid pickup. Gives you armor, gives you stats.
Yeah, it's huge. All right. Aegis and Cheese this time around. Aegis for Yawar, Cheese perhaps for Ryoya. Or maybe Sand King. No, it's going to be picked up by Ryoya. So at this point, you have almost everything you need to win the game. How long do they have on cooldowns? 30 seconds for Haunt. Splits back up in 5. So they'll have to take another fight into Split and Haunt, which is going to be dangerous. Still, VGJ.Storm, if everything goes well here, Aosin, I think they can win this game outright.
Oh, they're in a great position to win this game right now. I think, like, the best chance that Immortals have right now is to have this Luna's BKB go down to 5 seconds, and then they'll have this window of opportunity. But he's just so enormous right now. He's got a Scotty picked up now. He's about to hit 25, and I would have to imagine he's going to take 25 lifesteal, and not the mini stun.
Yeah.
So it's
one
like
would
he doesn't even
assume.
need the Satanic, you know.
Yeah, he's pretty strong as it is right now. He's not even dying. So Satanic, yeah, he definitely won't need it if he gets the lifesteal. Greaves will come out. Torrent coming in on Yawar. They're actually slowing the siege down a fair bit. The big issue right now is that Yawar doesn't have Manta yet. He's very close. Once he gets that, they can start pushing in a bit harder with the Manta illusions. And I think that's what they're going to go farm up now. Make sure he can get to that ultimate Orban. They'll also have to push back out bottom because Kyo is pushing that in. He's also building on his own Manta style, so we'll get there at some point in the future. And, yeah, I mean, you have plenty of time with this Aegis. Just keep all the lanes pushed out, get all the items you need, and go from there. Although, QO almost found Sand King Yawar, but they will be able to make it away in time. There's a ward that scouted him moving over there, actually. And they're really looking for something. Sand King, Snake King. They need to be careful. They'll get out in time, it looks like.
Well, Kyo is about to finish his Manta style, as well as, oh, he does have it ready, but getting very close to his level 25.
Uh-oh, here we
I don't
go.
know if these are very game-changing. Uh-oh.
They need to be careful here. Febi's just going to Glimmer Cape TP. And Dubu will do the same. All right, I thought actually VGJ were the ones in trouble, but no. UO? Oh. Nah, he's probably fine. Relocate? No, that's an illusion. Oh, my God. That's sad. They almost see him, though. He just needs to go a little bit more to the left. The scan hits. The scan actually hits. QO.
Do you want to take this fight?
He haunts it.
No,
he knows.
He's
Going to reiterate. Yeah, he's just going to try to run as fast as he can. They finally see QO, but he's so damn fast. That was a great play, but Haunt's down now. Haunt is down for 100 seconds. You have to do something with this if you're VGJ.Storm, I feel like.
I'm surprised he used that just to run away. I mean, the reason why he did it is because he had no way out, right?
He had no buyback either. So if he dies there...
Decided, yeah, maybe he thought that they were really still looking for him.
They scanned him. They knew he was there, actually. That's impressive that he was able to get out somehow. But again, Haunt was used. You have like 60 seconds now to make something happen if you're VGJ.Storm. You have all of the items you need. You know, I mean, Yawar is alone top. Needs to be careful. He's in trouble. He's going to have to use his Manta. The clap came out. Still, he's pretty tanky. Q is going to try to man fight this. Now the ghost ship coming in. Yawar as BKB. He might lose this Aegis. And he will.
Wait, what is happening?
But bottom lane, they're going to find MP. He does have buyback. Relocate coming in towards that top lane. Here's the split. Yawar pops the BKB in the Eclipse. He's going to try to bring down these Brewlings. They're all really tanky. The Air Panda is going to be able to get away just fine. But the Earth Panda, not so much. For now, that's split now done. Gyrocopter has to buy back. Now you've got to leave if you're VGJ.Storm. QO is chasing too far, though. He's going to get caught. He's going to pop Manta. The break coming in the Radiance Burn. Getting the miss. There's going to be the jump in with that vacuum on top of it. March pops his own BKB. Sand King Glimmer caped up, and they've got vision. Tether's not going to save him in time. What's going on in this fight? This is crazy. Now they've got the X marks on the Ryoya. They should have a Torrent follow-up as well. Spectral Dagger coming back into. They want to try to chase this. I don't think so. And that was really weird. Okay.
That was a buyback on the Gyrocopter. I'm kind of
surprised.
Oh,
Febi TP'd in. Febi might be in trouble. There's going to be the Walrus Punch. Glimmer Cape comes out. Do they have detection? They sure do. Now coming in, Haunt's out. They're trying to fight this March. Still no split. MP doing a lot of damage here. They need this kill. UR's fine. He's still tanky, and they're going to get a double for Ryoya, and now it's all up to QO and March. UR pops the BKB just in time. The Walrus Punch, that might be enough to do it. 4 dead, snaking, getting the double kill, the snowball. They're going to find all 5. VGJ.Storm. They reinitiate. Febby gets caught out, and everybody from Immortals is dropped down. They'll have to buy back on 2 of their big cores, but even with that, I'm not sure they can do this. They have split here in about 13 seconds, but that's going to be it. There's no Haunt available, and all of a sudden, Immortals are looking down the barrel of a Game 1 loss here, Aosin. Relocate in?
Yeah, these cores are just too much for them to handle. They just can't fight up against it. They don't
you can see it now. It's too much damage. Split finally comes in. QO, very lucky to be able to miss a lot of auto attacks, and he should be fine for now. Relocate's done. Snaking's the one getting chased down now. They're still working on the racks. UR was, of course, up in the air with the Cyclone. They'll take down the melee. Torrent coming in. A lot of the heroes almost back in. They're going to take this full set of racks, though it looks like. The Greaves will come out in time. Now you can just back up if you're VGJ.Storm, or go straight back in and look for QO, and they're going to try to do just that. They snowball the wrong target, and there's going to be the Ghost Ship with the X marks Torrent to follow up. Flea will get hit. Frostbite along with it. Plenty of damage being dealt to this Tusk. Also, he's pretty tanky, too. X marks, here comes the overcharge, and now they're really not going to be able to kill him. Fabby's going to be Lucent Beamed. They're going to keep going with the poison attack damage, and Immortals is trying to throw everything they can at this point on VGJ.Storm, but they're just too damn strong. Eclipse is about to come in. They've got the tether now, so the Axe is going to come in. That damage, the Lucent Beam Axe. It's a fireworks show. It's too much damage to deal with, and that's the signal for GG. Immortals, they will get dropped in Game 1, and VGJ.Storm again. In this tournament so far, they have looked phenomenal. They've been flawless. They have lost no games. I know it's only the second BO3 series that they've played, but goddamn, Aosin, they look good.
That was a great game for them. I mean, like I said at the beginning, you know,